Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Whoa! Are we really? Jamie, Jesus Christ, bro. What the heck? We're hot live on air. Didn't know it. I'm
you were just like
grunting.
You've met Ross, right? You can't let him go.
My God,
you can't let him
man.
go rogue, man. People will hear something
Jamie
they
fell
do not
asleep at the
want
wheel.
to hear.
Ooh, man,
You might catch him beating me or something.
I know. Jamie, did you even turn the air on today? I did. You did? No way.
I'll double check it for you.
Yeah, drop that down to 66. Daddy's a little hot today. Feeling hot today, James.
Are you?
Feel good. It's Monday. I feel real physical.
Physically?
Yeah.
Physical?
Feel physical. I feel good after that UFC fight over the weekend.
Do you?
Whew.
It was late, huh?
Boss. That was fun.
It was fun.
It finally felt like a normal Saturday night.
Yep.
Where we had a bunch of friends over to watch the fight. I didn't physically distance from anyone.
No. No.
Whatsoever. We all dipped our dirty little hands inside the same chip and dip bowls. Drank out of each other's White Claws.
Sure.
Trulies.
Sure. Used each
Didn't
other's.
care.
Yeah.
Didn't care.
We didn't care.
I used somebody's hairbrush. I didn't
Did
know who
you?
it was. At some point, you know?
Somebody brought a hairbrush?
Yeah, and I just used it right there in the kitchen. Didn't care. Didn't care, James.
You are really living on the edge.
Yeah, aren't I? I'm so Santa.
No
I'm
mask.
So Santa. No, we didn't have any mask whatsoever.
No.
None. I don't think we put Lysol or any disinfectant at all. We just kind of wiped the counter with a wet paper towel, to get ready.
No, I cleaned. But
you did?
Yeah. I don't know.
Whatever.
You maybe didn't see it, but yeah, I cleaned and I made food and cleaned up the whole house and stuff.
Well, you weren't wearing a mask or gloves, right?
Not while I was cleaning, no.
Or cooking.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So you could have given your diseases to people, but instead everybody lived, Everyone was fine, Jabes. Everyone was fine. The fights were exciting. Boy. The last one was just a slugfest. Exactly.
Did we get the blood work on that guy back yet? Because he was definitely on some angel dust or PCP.
Man. He was
about to throw his own feces at somebody.
Yeah. If you're the UFC and you're the first live sport
crazy,
back,
yeah.
and there's some other people who hit me up over the weekend. They were like, no, Cornhole went live on ESPN too. And no lie, at the beginning of the Cornhole broadcast on ESPN, they said, man, this is the first live sport back in America. Nope, not going to do it. And they were wearing masks, by the way. The hilarious part about it was they weren't wearing gloves. So you throw these dirty-ass bean bags and then pick them up and then re-throw them into holes. You're going to wear a mask, but you're not going to wear gloves to something like that. Whereas the UFC just said, fuck it. We're throwing down here. We're going to have some slugfest. There's going to be a lot of blood all over the floor. And everyone was fine.
Nobody's wearing gloves or masks. I mean, the
trainers are wearing masks, yeah. But everyone was fine. And the last guy, Ferguson, jeez, he was like a methed up squirrel on PCP. I've never seen a human being take more violent punches to the face than that guy.
There were about 20 knockout punches.
Yeah.
To where like anyone else would be like, go, down.
Yeah.
And he does this spinning move as well that makes me crazy.
Yeah.
But it was
great.
It was great.
It was great all the way around. And for the first sport being back, you couldn't have asked for a better kickoff for it, where the fights were all exciting. it's a lot of physical contact. So if you're worried about football, which most of America is, because that's still America's sport, this kind of paved the way of like, all right, you've grown men and women beating the shit out of each other in close proximity, rolling around, blood flying everywhere. You're not going to get much closer than that to a potential for getting a disease, right?
Yeah.
So I think that after seeing that, I was like, oh, well, everything else can come back now.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about this.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. Like, well worth the money. It was like $68 or something like that, $65. Well worth the money because they had the best cards all the way around, the best fighters. President Trump even kicked off the event by congratulating Dana White and the UFC for getting sports back into American houses, and it went flawless. Congratulations to Dana White. Man, he pulled it off, and it was fun to watch. We had John Anik, the announcer of the fight, on the show two days before, and he was excited about it. All of it. It couldn't have been a better event all the way around. So congrats to those guys. And it felt like a normal Saturday night. Had some people over from the neighborhood, some friends. Again, I felt I didn't think about COVID-19 one time Saturday night.
For the night,
Nope,
yeah.
not once Saturday night. So I had a really enjoyable evening, and again, mad props to Dana White for pulling all that shit off. I'm sure that was not easy.
Yeah.
Jeez. Can't imagine. I want to talk about 60 Minutes last night.
Let's do it.
I had told you, like, how pissed off I was. 60 Minutes used to be a program where I trusted the news and I trusted what was going on. Mm-hmm. The last 3 weeks have been so goddamn slanted, and it's fear-mongering across the board for COVID and what's going on in the future, and we're all going to die, and this is never going to go away, and all this other shit. I had it with 60 Minutes last night. Like, I was genuinely angry last night.
Right.
And I sent out a tweet about it on my Twitter page at STJames that just said, when did 60 Minutes become this fear-mongering news site? It sucks, man, because this was a staple for me growing up, and I've always enjoyed news, and I always thought that they played it pretty fair, because they're not with a CNN or a Fox News or anything else. Like, it was just CBS on a Sunday night. That is gone now. Mm-hmm. They threw that out the window, and they're trying to scare everyone into these weird fucking fits of terror that could happen or might happen or will happen to fit this leftist agenda now, which it never used to be like that. And I don't know why or when they switched, but it was strange. One of the people doing the interview last night was Leslie Stahl, that woman. Mm-hmm. She was like, I don't know, 70, I would say.
Yeah.
And she wasn't wearing a mask. She was doing an interview, less than 6 feet away from the guy she was talking to.
He was on a computer.
Oh, he was on a computer.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. I didn't see the computer.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, she just had coronavirus, but
Did she have it?
Yeah, she had it. So she was quarantined allegedly for like 14 days. Wasn't wearing a mask last night. I don't know when they shot it.
Right.
This just happened. And I was like, all right, well, what the fuck? Even then, she still got crew who set up those cameras and everything.
Yeah.
So that was strange. And all of them just railed against it. And I was like, it doesn't make any sense unless that's where your money is coming from. Like, I'd be curious to see those ratings and what they are. Because if that's where the money is coming from, then I guess that's what you're stuck with. Like, I looked at the ratings for ABC News for David Muir. Once again, America's news anchor came in at number 1.
Well, this crisis in particular is good for them. It's good for...
It's great for them, but not America. Like,
no, I'm not sure if they care about that. But it is good. It's a crisis, right? And they're really making the most of it. It made me sad last night. Like, genuinely, I don't really talk like that normally. When I'm just like, oh man, but that I was just like, they've given up. It kind of reminded me when that hurricane was here. It was at Jim Cantor and the Weather Channel and all that shit, and they were hiding in ditches full of water, making it seem like all the roads were flooded. And it was like, motherfucker, I know where you are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Anderson Cooper, too. A. Coops, that's right. He was here. Yeah, we're live in Wilmington, and it's crazy. And then they pan out, and you're like, hey, man, you're in a ditch right now full of water. Like,
there's people casually walking
by
you.
in the background.
I think it's a little bit of that for sure. I think it's a story for them, and people. The new thing that's kind of getting my goat with it is these big acts of pageantry charity. For example, on like the Today Show, they were giving food to a food bank, right? So they were like, these food banks were like struggling. They're like privately kind of owned, and these people run them, right? And so they're like on the Zoom with them, and then they're like, look outside. And there were just cars lined up with Walmart workers standing outside the cars with masks, holding bags of groceries. And they just like, it went so far, this line of cars of people with these bags. And I just thought, what a fucking waste, bro. Like, like the same effect, right? Could have been the truck pulls up, the Walmart truck with all the stuff that you're donating. You pull the door out, you know what I mean? Yep. And like, oh my gosh, you're donating all this stuff. Instead of now, they're like taking, thank you from each thing, thank you. And it's like, it's not like these individual people are donating. They just wheeled out all these workers to like make it this big production and spectacle, and look at us, we're surprising them, we're doing stuff. Like every day there's something like that. The other day it was a school teacher that like needed supplies, and he walked outside and it was just like laid out on all these, do you know what I mean? In a way that's kind of like, just fucking give it to them. I don't know. It's these big acts of, you know, the surprise of like, we're doing this for you thing.
Sure.
Is really good television as well. And I mean, this crisis, I would be interested in the numbers because I'm sure it's through the roof.
Yeah.
For news channels, like, oh my God. Like the Today Show, nightly news, and not so much local, but like those outlets, CNN, things like this, like there are people that are just, I mean, in it. And they're like staying in the fear of it, and they're staying and they're like getting pissed at people. Like it feels good to them to like get pissed at people for not wearing masks, and like get mad at people for like having gatherings. And this other show that I listened to, they had a birthday party within their family, like, and posted pictures of like at their house, and they got fucking killed. They're like, we're turning off our Facebook, like we're muting all of you guys, like this is insane. Right. Like we are with our own family, our sisters, our mom, like, you know what I mean? Like we're in a house together. Yeah. And people are just like blah blah blah, like it's just a new dividing mechanism. Like even in the stores, you're separated between people that wear the masks and people that don't. Right. And that's it. And we're all divided. Like even our little brunch that we had yesterday, it was divided. It was like, you know,
for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like people that are like, we're good, and people are like, yep, it's gonna be going on till October. And what do you mean you don't care about it? Like, it's not that I don't care about it. I'm done with it. At least for the summer, I'm done.
It's funny because
I'm done.
I was on a couple of conversations. We have some meetings coming up in Texas in June, like the first week of June, right? And I was talking to some people there because they opened up way early, you know?
Right.
You know, so did Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. I haven't heard anything out of them. And so today, I was talking to this woman on the phone from Texas, and she was like, you know, I went to the mall this weekend. I went to a restaurant. She was like, ate outside. It was beautiful. Went to a restaurant, went to the mall, went grocery shopping. And she's like, you know, it's half and half. Some people are wearing masks, some people aren't. But she goes, you know, it's business as usual here. And everything's back to normal. And she was like, I felt happy again, where it was just like, all right, great, you know. And I think that'll slowly start to wear off of like people wearing masks and everything else and blah blah blah. I think you're always going to have those people who are just, you know, afraid and wearing masks and afraid of the world and everything else. It's not me. I'm not in that camp. And
it seemed like it was fun, not fun for them, but it fueled them a little bit. The people that I'm talking about, it fueled them a little bit to be like mad at those people that don't care about it. Do you know what I mean? Like
right.
It kind of like kept them going somehow. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody's got to find their thing. I'm jeweling now, so that's my thing.
Are you really? Like, you fucking dirtbag. I hope not.
Why not?
It'd be so awful. I'm jeweling now. God. It'd be so fucking white trash of you.
Look, dude, we have to find our joy. And there's some people that find joy in like pointing out who is not doing it right. Right? And then some people find joy in puffing on a jewel every once in a while.
Oh, gross. Maybe I'll start dipping again then, you know?
Did you dip ever?
You know, just smacking bang, bang.
Did you dip?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing.
Dipped. College, like end of high school, college. Like that was, but I was from Georgia though, so I was just like, it's kind of, it comes with the territory there, you know. You're kind of in Georgia, they give you a can of dip when you're like in 10th grade, and they're like, here you go, it's time now. But yeah,
I mean,
it's terrible for you. I haven't done it since college, I don't think. But
all these things are terrible for you, but we're in this kind of fuck it stage, right?
Yeah.
So do you want me to like smoke on the porch or just puff a jewel every once in a while? Like, because I'm on the edge. Like, I'm on the edge of a breakdown. So it's like, what do you want?
Are you? You feel like you
100%.
You want to talk about being on the edge of a breakdown, by the way.
Sure.
There was a riot for Mother's Day at a Red Lobster in Pennsylvania yesterday. It was awesome. It was it's the greatest thing ever. And I was like, yo, man, is this real? Is this really going down? And it was in the township was called Ross. And somebody sent me this. I thought they were fucking with me. They were like, dude, Ross is rioting. It's, Red Lobster. And I was like, yeah, you're goddamn right. There was I'm looking at the pictures now. There was hundreds of people outside of this.
Okay. So they closed and people were waiting to pick up their food?
Yeah. I mean, they were not expecting this many call-ins for Red Lobster on Mother's Day, which I don't know why. Look, Mother's Day is packed. You know, like, look, we brought food. I brought food to my mom, right? We went to a local place. It took them a long fucking time to do. I'm not going to say who they were because I love them. And I'm sure everybody else was. I think
they were packed.
I'm sure everybody else was ordering as well. Yeah. But I mean, it took like 50 minutes to get this food, and it's pizza and stuff. It's not, I'm not asking for a rack of lamb.
Sure.
And some chocolate sorbet.
Well, either were these people, to be honest. But.
Well, to get those Cheddar Bay biscuits to where you want them to be, I heard. So I did a little digging on this. There were so many Cheddar Bay biscuits that were ordered and stuff. Like people were bitching about getting extra bags of biscuits.
Right.
I've taken some Cheddar Bay biscuits to go, obviously.
Sure.
Some Cheddar Beesies to go. And I'm looking at these lines. I mean, it's bananas here. And eventually they just had to shut down. The cops came. The Red Lobster had to shut down. And they were like, we can't do it anymore.
Because it was too much? Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted their shell bibs, They wanted their Cheddar Bay biscuits, brother.
Right. They have the mix at Costco to make your own.
They do. Well,
there's no way it's the same.
But let's face it, it's not. They don't taste the same as.
There's no way.
A piping fresh hot out of the oven at Red Lobster. I love them. I love them piping hot right out of the oven at Red Lobster.
Sure.
So. There was a reporter there. He says the crowd was irate. The cops were called to settle everybody down. Fortunately, no arrests were made. But There was a riot. People were banging on the windows and doors, man, trying to get those cheddar bees, brother.
This is what I'm talking about, okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yes. I get it. I get it.
They're saying to any customers who didn't receive their food, if you ordered through their channel, which I don't know what that is, you will get a refund. So
I think it's a Grubhub thing. So So the thing with like Grubhub and Postmates too is like they're basically a customer too. So everyone that's ordering from Grubhub, that means someone has to go and get your shit, right? So then this Grubhub person is like, what the fuck? Like these people like paid already.
Yeah.
They're going to be mad at me. They're going to be mad at the thing. So they named Grubhub.
And the drivers don't get paid.
Right.
Or tipped.
Yeah.
That's why you got to use Postmates. Promo code Revolution there for $100
exactly.
and free
Postmates
delivery.
would have gotten that fucking... They would have gotten in there.
Postmates delivered in the middle of a goddamn car crash here the other day.
Oh, yeah, they got here. They jumped a fence. They got in. Like, they're going to get it.
30 police officers were surrounded during a cop chase around here, and Postmates made it in. Promo code Revolution gets you $100 in free delivery fees at Postmates. But
switch on over to Postmates. You don't need any other.
I want to say to all the men and women who were affected by this in Pennsylvania, I understand and I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I stand by you. If I had a little rubber Red Lobster hand that I could put up right now, you know?
Right.
I stand by you.
I stand by you.
Won't let nobody hurt you. Two little lobster claws' hands. I stand by you. Now that's a commercial I'd like to see across America.
Kind of like this more.
Yeah. Won't let nobody hurt you. I stand by you. We'll get all the celebrities involved in that. I stand by you. And everybody's got little red rubber claws on. Now that
would be fun.
That's a cause I can get behind.
And that could be like a big showy charity thing too,
yes.
where you roll out all the families that couldn't get their dinner and you like give them each a fucking gift card and you're like, look at what I'm doing during the crisis. Yeah.
I stand by you.
But make it like, make it really inefficient and like a way bigger deal than it is. It's only $5, right?
Yeah.
Each card.
Yep.
And you like hold, it's like a big thing. Each person, it's like a fireworks come out for each card that you give to them.
Everybody's holding empty whale bones up.
Yeah.
You know, those specialty drinks you can get at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Just
yeah. And you're like, it only costs you $20, right? Because you're just like giving out like $1 and $2, but you're like, look what I did. And there's like so many people behind you.
The whole thing is shot dramatically and it's like Bill and Melinda Gates are in it. You know, you really have all this.
Yeah.
Oh, that would make my entire life if I saw some shit like that. That's all I really care about charity-wise, like from now on. You know, with this
is what
ridiculous shit, like this.
Yeah.
Your boy, dude. There's an article that I wrote for you today, Alec. Our young producer, Alec Wenning, is a gigantic fan of Barstool Sports and Dave Portnoy. He had the best troll of all time. This is what you do with fuck you money. And we talk about it on the show all the time. What would you do with fuck you money? I would do the craziest shit ever, right? Barstool, a third of their company just got bought out for $136 million.
Right.
And that's like the second round. I think the first one was like $17 million. So he had already had money.
Of their company.
Third of his company, by the way. Just a third. For $136 million. If you wonder why we're doing a media company, wink, wink. That's why.
Sure.
Anywho's, with that money, every celebrity's doing the all-in challenge of like, hey, I'm all in. You can donate, X amount of dollars during a silent auction and win a day with someone, right? Chris Pratt is doing it. Kevin Hart is doing it. Halle Berry's doing one. With Dana White, which is weird. So you have to have dinner with the both of them?
Yeah. If they are really friends, love it.
Same.
Love it.
So the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, is doing one as well. Mm-hmm. And he said, hey, guys, I'm going to give you the opportunity to watch one Monday Night Football game with me in my basement of my house. Like, he's got this man cave where the draft took place, and he goes, just the two of us watching a game together. Now, Dave Portnoy is infamous for getting Barstool arrested during the Super Bowl. He was talking shit against the NFL and Roger Goodell, and he was mad about Deflategate and Tom Brady and the way he treated Tom Brady.
Banned him.
They banned Barstool from the Super Bowl,
right.
Any press passes, and he's no longer allowed to go on the field. And this is about 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Portnoy gets the fuck you money. And outbids everyone. He bid $250,000 for this item, and he won this morning. So
how amazing is this? He's gonna be in the basement
with Roger Goodell one-on-one in his basement, and he goes. I watched his video this morning, and he goes, a football game lasts like 3 to 4 hours. And he goes, now, and he's got this real thick Boston accent. So he goes, now, imagine me and Roger in his basement watching football together for 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, my God. It's not just like a quick dinner. Like, it's
priceless.
Oh.
Priceless.
Oh.
It's the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think there will be cameras in there, but it's the greatest troll ever, and like everybody's gone ballistic this morning over it.
Now, is Goodell gonna have a sense of humor about it, or
he doesn't have a choice? And I will say this: when you become this powerful, and Barstool is, man, look, they've set the bar for us. A lot of people ask if we're in competition with them. No, I love Barstool. I love Dave Portnoy, and we hope to model our company after that model. Right. We're expanding sports in the fall and doing a bunch of shit with huge people, and it's coming up in August as soon as all sports are back, and we'll get into that at another date. However, Dave Portnoy set the fucking blueprint for all of this shit, but he also, I think, recognizes how big the NFL is and that it's America's sports, and it would really behoove Barstool to be back in good graces with the NFL, because Roger Goodell's not going anywhere.
Right.
Anytime soon.
Right.
And I think this would be a great business opportunity of like, hey, man, you just bought yourself a one-on-one with Roger Goodell for 3 or 4 hours. Maybe you could talk and work things out and blah, blah, blah.
You're going to
blah.
have to talk and work things out, right?
So to me, I look at it as not only a funny, hilarious troll, but an awesome power move. And I think if you're Goodell, you're forced into this. Like, you don't have a choice but to take this because it's $250,000 for charity.
Yeah.
So I think it'll probably be surprising of how much they get along and how far both of them have come since this. Because let's face it, Barstool
how long ago was it that
about 4 years ago.
Oh, God, please.
So
they must have seen each other since then.
And Portnoy's got a private jet and all that shit now. Like, I think you're in a different stratosphere where...
His last name is still Portnoy, though. Can we change that?
Yeah, it reminds me of Tropic Thunder.
Something.
That was Jack Black's character.
Yes.
And,
that's all I think about. Is like...
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's like so powerful, and you're like, Portnoy has a private jet.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yep,
but he's still named
yep.
Portnoy. Anyway.
Still named Portnoy. But that'll be cool. So that is the classic example.
Love.
Of what you should do with fuck you money, and he did it. So bravo to you. That has made me laugh all morning long. We got some sponsors, Jabes, who pay for this show to be on the air. How or why? Why do we even have that? By the way, go to iTunes and rate us a 5-star on Ross Patterson Revolution. It really helps. It'll drive us up the charts. That is why the advertisers wanted it. Mm-hmm. Hence, we're going to ask for it on every show now. So go to iTunes, Ross Patterson Revolution. Just write one line about the show and give it a 5-star. We would greatly appreciate it. It'll drive us up the charts. Also, hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube. That'll also help us up the fucking charts in YouTube and all that noise. Jamie, who was first in the room today? Greg Dulesky. Shout out to Greg Dulesky. First in the room today.
Great.
First on the message board on...
Richard said that Barstool is going to have their own betting app.
They are. So that is our dream as well. So Barstool got bought out by Penn Gambling, which is a huge
That's what he said, yeah.
gambling company. And the rumor is that they're going to front an app for them. So if you want to bet, you can go to Barstool's app, bet on all the games, same as you could everywhere else, and then get your money that way. That's going to be big, man, if that goes down. And look, that's what we would love to do for Drinkin Bros, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That way we can set our own bets and bet against people and do all that other shit. It'd be a blast. So we'll see. But they've set a very good example and a very fine blueprint that we hope to replicate.
Show me the blueprint.
Show me the blueprint.
Show me the blueprint. Show me the blueprint. Show me the blueprint.
Show me the blueprints. Show me the sponsors. GhostBed.com/Drinkin Bros our first, Jabes. 25% off. Getting free pillows. Is it still 20? Yeah, it's still 25% off. Free pillows, right?
Yes.
Crazy.
Not sure how much longer they're gonna do
through the
it.
quarantine. They said.
I know, but like, when is it over?
I think
through what phase?
Yeah, right. I think most states are open at the end of May. I think. So here we are, May 11th.
Yeah. So I hope they do it through the end. I'm not sure. So
Me neither.
Go
Get
check
on
it
now.
out. Get on it.
36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest. So
be
knock
comfy
that
and
down to
cozy for
$25.
Yeah, for as little as like $40 to $50 a month, which is not a lot.
Damn it! I got to get my mom an adjustable base. I forgot. Son of a bees. I forget everything if it's not texted or written on my hands.
If it's
like
not
a child.
about you, yeah.
Jessie.
What? No, I'm just like,
God.
I was trying to finish. Is that what you were saying? Or
Honestly, James.
what was going to be the end of it?
Your mouth. Thank God it's not Mother's Day anymore.
Yeah.
I can just treat you like a normal wife. Strong backhand. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and gets on it. Gets on them deals. Get on them deals, if you will. Next up, we got expressvpn.com/revolution, Jabes.
This one's a biggie.
It's a big one. Look, it's a seamless app that runs in the background of every electronic device you have. All of it. iPhones, iPads, computers. You got a new computer, and you got it installed.
I did. Pretty much everyone has a VPN now.
Yes, you have to. It's $7 a month. Go to expressvpn.com/revolution today. $7 a month, and you get 3 months for free. Plus, you can beat all the firewalls at work, like if you're trying to watch porn, also Netflix in other countries, all that shit. And it'll keep everything you have safe. I've almost been hacked 4 times in the last, 2.5 months, 3 months now. It's been stopped every time at expressvpn.com/revolution. So I'm grateful for it. It just runs in the background of my shit. And I think everybody has it these days. So what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Next up, we got manscaped.com, Jabes.
Oh.
Manscaped.com is everywhere now. A lot of people hit me up over the weekend. They were like, hey, bro, they were on the mat for the UFC fight. And I was like,
crazy.
yeah. Wild, right?
Yeah.
2 of the sponsors
company,
that were
though.
on there, Roman and
right.
Manscaped, were on the UFC. And they were like, dude, you guys are like a fucking huge show. I was like, I told you.
Yeah.
Don't let the YouTube numbers fool you, my man. There's like 2 million fucking listeners, this goddamn thing, audio-wise. Look, Manscaped, shaving up damn balls. If you watched Drinkin Bros last night, we actually pulled out a guest pulled out a Manscaped, the Lawnmower 3.0, on the show and shaved his pubic hair off.
Did he?
He did.
You guys are
It's
doing
Ray
some
Cash
fun
Care.
stuff over there.
He's going to be on your show as well.
He is.
Great guest. God damn it, I love him. He's so much fun. Former Navy SEAL, just a blast of a guy. He's been on a few times. Big fan of his. Anyways, man, we gave him the gift package. So all you have to do is just buy yourself a kit, man. They get everything. They got ball deodorant, all of it. It is the nicest shit you should have and you didn't know you needed. Go to manscaped.com today. Promo code REVOLUTION gets you 15% off there. Buy the kit, man. It's one of those things. Just buy it once. You will use it. I can promise you that. And then last but not least, we got Strikeforce Energy today. Jabes.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
Yeah. Jabes.
What?
4 amazing flavors there. Grape, ridge, lemon, and orange. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a fuck about that.
In order to stay up for the fight, I had to put a little in my lemonade truly.
Yeah. By the way,
And it worked.
watermelon truly is the greatest thing ever created, and I love it. I put a little Strike Force in there.
Watermelon Truly,
Yeah,
huh?
up and at 'em, dude. Up and at 'em. Go to strikeforceenergy.com today, James. I'm drinking a little now. Promo code Revolution, 20% off, and they'll ship it to you anywhere in the world. James.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are bitching about colleges right now.
And private schools.
Yes. Trying to get their money back because they're on Zoom. They're like, yo, why do I pay $35,000 a semester to do a class on Zoom, and they're asking for their money back? This is going to be a problem, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I having gone to college and then having a kid who's doing classes on Zoom right now, I'm not amped about it. I'm not amped that our kid is doing it. I wouldn't be amped to tell my parents, hey, man, pay for a fucking me to take a Zoom class. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is crazy. Well, we were talking about it as far as like people pay for private school. Like they pay a fucking lot for elementary private school.
Yes.
And I was
particular
thinking
in
about
Los Angeles.
Yeah. Well, here too, but I was thinking about it. Like, it is so annoying, so much work that you're doing, that if I had to pay for this, what I'm doing right now, I would be roll mad.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's fine because it's like, it's how it goes, and like the teachers are still getting paid. That's fine, whatever, you know? But if I was paying
Yes.
a college tuition for my elementary age child to be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, to be doing Zoom.
For me to be doing it, basically.
Right. I would be angry about it. And, you know, it's weird. The reason why I bring it up is, like, thinking about it, the colleges are holding you over a barrel because they're saying, all right, great. Well, you need these fucking credits to graduate.
Yeah.
You know, unless you want to get refunded and do another semester, here's what I would recommend if you're in college. It's so fun. Just go ahead and make them give you that money back, drop the credits, and then go back for an extra semester if you go to a football school or a basketball school, right? If you don't, don't do it. It's fucking stupid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Again, not to go back to Alec, but he's at a school where you're learning directing, you're learning filmmaking, and all that other stuff through a Zoom class.
Yeah.
How are you gonna teach somebody how to direct through a Zoom class?
Yeah.
You know, through a blurry Zoom image in the professor's house where you're like, hey man, the focus doesn't even work on your camera in your own goddamn house. You're gonna tell me how to pull focus on a camera for a director? Like, what? So I don't see the point in that. I went to NYU, and it's like, what were you going to teach me acting through the thing?
Yeah.
Who am I supposed to act with, myself and you through a computer screen?
Right.
I mean, that's weird.
Right.
I wouldn't be amped about that. I wouldn't want to pay for that. NYU is expensive as shit. So I think the universities are going to have some issues on their hands. And I also think after the uproar that this has created, because now everybody's starting to head towards graduation, we're getting in that period now of graduation. Most summer schools are canceled. I know Ohio State is in particular. There's no way to me that unless you're California and New York, I guess, but then good luck with that. I think that all schools will start in the fall because they're going to miss out on that money.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to do so much makeup anyways. Like, I heard that they're adding 10 more days to the next
school year,
and then they're going to like keep kind of making it up in that way. But, you know, you can't get too far behind, and you can't the school that you want to go to, I don't know, they can't lose that much money either. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, I get it, but like, what is the answer? I'm not sure if anyone really has that right now. Because that's with everything.
I think they're going to make everybody go back to school, to be honest with you.
That's with everything, like paying your rent. Like, I can't pay my rent. I shouldn't have to fucking pay my rent. But a lot of the times, if you don't pay your rent, you know, it's all just like a domino.
Yeah.
So there's people that own your property that need the money that you pay to da-da-da. If it's like a big corporation, I don't know, but
strange.
It all trickles down. I'm not really sure anyone knows the real answer except for to just do what you have to do.
I think I know the real answer. Now, after reading people bitch about it, like I think the real answer is, hey man, colleges aren't going to fucking lose that money. There's no way.
I think 100%.
Back.
Yeah, 100% they are.
They're coming back in the fall. There's no way.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think college football will probably be back. The only two question marks are, what do you do with the state of New York and California?
Yeah.
I talked to a woman in New Jersey today, and this morning on the drive over. I said, how was it for you? Because we were kind of talking about it. And she was like, it's fine. Everything's, kind of getting back to normal, whatever. And I was like, all right, great. I think California and New York will still be the two holdouts. But other than that, my Rostradamus guess is that all schools will be open in fall and that all kids will be going to them.
Right.
I just don't see a world in which the colleges are going to turn down that money.
Yeah, we just don't see it. We're seeing now that, like, after this much time, people start to get pissed.
Yes.
About things that they're paying for, what they're getting for what they're paying for, how much work they're actually doing while still paying someone else. And yeah, I mean, it's just like everything. We were okay with it for a little bit, and now we're fucking not.
And if I'm a parent, right?
Yeah.
They say, oh, we're doing.
Are you a parent?
Yeah, I am a father of two.
Okay.
A great father, lover.
So if you were a
very
parent,
generous lover.
If you were a parent of older children, is that what you mean?
No, I guess since I'm a parent. But if they come back and say, hey, your kid's doing Zoom classes again in the fall.
Oh, no.
Nope. I'm going to hold them back and be like, great, we're going to hop on the train and try to get this right again next year because this is bullshit.
I don't think that they'll do that.
No, but if they do, and if I'm a parent of a kid that's in college, no fucking way am I paying for that. Hey, man, you can start the next semester.
That you can definitely, like, hold back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You might have to pay rent, an extra thing, or wherever you're going to live or whatever's going to happen. But I hold them back until there's an actual physical class because otherwise it's just kind of bullshit. And who's to stop someone from saying there's somebody else in these classes?
What do you mean?
In college in particular, if you go to a huge school, like Ohio State with 65,000 people, if I sign up for a class and I never meet my professor, right? And I just chunk some dude in on camera and I pay him and I'm like, hey man, so once a week you've got to take Intro to China,
So you're paying for school and then you're paying the guy chunk?
Paying the guy chunk, yeah. So, fat white guy.
So you're rich.
You're not rich, but if you want to make a couple $100 extra bucks, right? Put a fat guy and say, hey man, this class is hard. I don't want to take it, but I need it, and I've got to pass it. Stuff him in front of the camera once a week.
Why does he have to be fat?
He doesn't. It's just, James, it's an example of white obesity in America.
Be like a fat
James, it is a
fat
problem.
chunk.
White obesity in America is a problem. So you chunk him down right in front of the camera, right? Put his face in there, and then he takes your classes for you. No one can stop that.
Right.
And I bet you, after this is all over, like Reddit and some other shit will be like, dude, I graduated college with this guy, Chunk, and it was just like I paid him $300 to finish school for me, and that was it,
Sad. Yeah.
Because there's some classes that you have to take in college that are way too hard, where you're just like, shit, that is not part of my major, and I don't want to take that. Chemistry was one of them for me. There was this advanced chemistry class that I had to take. I majored in journalism, for Christ's sakes, in undergrad. And I was just like, journalism communication. And I was just like, fuck, do I need advanced chemistry at this point in my life? There is no point that I will step outside in the real world and have to start mixing bromide with something. Like, there's no way. This is so dumb. And there was all Asian kids in my class. And there was a bell curve. I get hammered on every single exam. I was like, they were like, well, you've got a 30 on this one. And I was like, how is that possible? Well, we're grading on a bell curve, and none of the other students got below a 92. And I was like, they're all Asian, dude. I'm a dumb white guy. Like, this is fucked, man. There's got to be a better way than this. That's the point. I would have chunked it up and just said, hey, man, how much do I have to grease your old palms, Chunk?
Sure.
to get you right in front of this computer, and then I'll fire you off a Gumby's pizza, right down your gullet.
Mm-hmm.
To make that happen. I think you will hear some stories about that. I'm dead serious. After this is all over.
Maybe.
There's chunks out there who are making some money right now. Guarantee it. Stuffing their faces with Gumby's pizza, dude. Living their life. Talking about living your life, Jabes, there's a woman who was caught masturbating in an Ikea in China.
And now what is this
It went
all about?
viral, and we were thinking about making it in a crime corner, but what's the crime in just masturbating inside of an Ikea?
Right. I'm sure.
There's a nudity thing over in China, and then you get fined for public nudity and shit.
Yeah.
But she went for like a good 25 minutes, and no one said anything.
And was someone filming it?
What's that?
Was someone filming?
Well, the film was inside the store itself.
Okay, so it was like the security cam?
Yeah, so they've got her on camera, and the thing went viral. The weird part about it is I watched the video, obviously because I had to study for the show.
Sure.
There was people walking by who just didn't notice this. Homegirl was just masturbating on a couch in an Ikea. Yeah.
You know what? But the other people were Asian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, blatant disregard. They weren't paying attention to anyone except for themselves.
They were probably just looking down at their phones. Yeah. So this went on for a good 15, 20 minutes. No one noticed this girl was just masturbating in the Ikea. And, I was like, what do you get for something like this? You get 7 days in jail, and you get a fine of like $3,000 or 3,000 yuan.
7 days in jail?
Yeah. Because it's, they're saying it's a socialist country over there, but it's communist, clearly.
Sure.
7 days in jail, I guess, is their nudity in public thing, where it's just like, all right, cool, man.
Okay.
So why she decided to do it, I have no idea, but I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah, I would love to hear the story of why.
Inside an Ikea,
Yeah.
I just love that it's a do-it-yourself place, and she did it herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess this is like a thing. There was another couple that was fucking in another Ikea in another country. Like, I'm not sure what it is with the Ikea.
A video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Maybe
what it is.
because it's just like so big with so many like nooks and crannies, right?
Yeah.
And like no one is working there is the other thing. Where like there's no one walking around. Yeah. Like you literally need to like take care of it yourself. And then there's people at the register, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And if you're gonna,
maybe that's the thing of it there. It's like you could do it at a Home Depot too, because you cannot find someone to help you there either.
If you're gonna test out a bed to bone on, like, go into the Ikea and do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That makes some sense to me.
Sure.
But I'd love to have her on the show. Obviously, she's in China, so she probably doesn't have internet. Doesn't know we exist, and we'll never ever get to see this. But she's a hero.
It's totally such a shame,
right?
Yeah.
This is the hero we deserve. I'd like to hear more stories like this.
Would you?
Yeah, Yeah, the footage was amazing, and she was just all in. And I don't know what the end game was.
Sure.
And I like that when I don't know what the end game is of like, man, what are you doing and why?
Yeah.
Right?
Where it's a story of like what you can't put the pieces exactly together. You'll never know. You'll never know.
I'll never know. Because I remember those two chicks who were topless at the World Series who pulled their tops up right behind home plate.
Yeah. Perfectly
they were Instagram
placed.
models.
Yeah.
And,
sponsored, I think.
Yes,
yeah.
and they admitted they were sponsored and Instagram models and all that other stuff, and they got banned from baseball and blah blah blah. Right?
Sure.
But this one just looked like a normal person, just kind of masturbating there in the Ikea.
Okay.
But maybe that's her kink.
Yeah. Like I said, I think now that you're talking about it, have seen a couple at least meme pictures, gay guys in like an Ikea peering around the corner kind of.
Yeah. Getting blowjobs.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's a thing. because there are so many people around.
Yeah.
But you could definitely like find a room. And also, what?
Yeah.
Also, like each room is set up like a
showroom.
bedroom.
Yeah.
So it's got the walls, it's got everything on it, like it's got little door, little closet.
It's real nice.
You know?
Yeah. You could go and just bang on the bottom of a bunk bed and no one would really, I don't think anybody would really know. I wouldn't snitch on anybody if I saw that either, you know? Mm-hmm. I'd be like, yeah. All right, sweet. Let them go.
I wouldn't snitch on anybody.
No, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, these gay guys were sucking each other's dicks in a bunk bed.
Hello?
Yeah. Can we get some help over here? I am trying to buy an end table. And these gay guys are just sucking each other's dicks all goddamn day. I'm trying to buy an end table over here. And you're right. There is no help in Ikea. So, like, if you were to rooms to go, I would never fly.
No.
All those motherfuckers are on commission. So it's like
they're trying to fuck you.
Yeah. There would be 8 people on top of you in a rooms to go being like, can I help you?
Hey, make sure you find me.
Yeah.
What do you think about this one? I'm literally just like touching the side of the couch.
Yeah.
What do you think? You want it?
You want it? My name tag's Brian. Just remember Brian. It's with a Y, not an I. And it's like, cool, man. Can I finish getting my dick sucked? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to buy it, you're going to buy it. I'll let you finish getting your dick sucked. You're going to buy it. It's Brian with a Y.
What do you think about the rug?
Yeah. You want that throw rug? You want that throw rug too? We can put that on there.
I can check on this ottoman. I can check in like different colors for you if you want.
If you need a different size of it, I'll go ahead and pop it open.
What do you think? You like it?
Huh? Is this something you need or what?
Just ring you up? Should I just ring you up for it?
How are we feeling? Just kind of checking you out, checking your consciousness here. Where are you feeling with this one, huh?
Oh, I hate it.
It doesn't come in any other colors than brown, so don't ask. And you're like, oh, sweet, because I've never wanted anything in brown.
But this is all happening in the parking lot, like as you left. You left already. All of this is happening. You're like, bro, I am outside the store. I'm getting into my car. Like, I don't want the ottoman.
Yeah.
All right, so should I just ring you up? You're going to do cash, credit? We've got credit card. We have a credit here. I'm like, oh, yes, please. Can I please get a rooms to go credit card?
Yeah, I'll call another store in Hoboken and see if they have anything other than brown. Just stay right here. Give me your cell first, and then I'll pop that in first.
By the way, you've already driven away.
Yeah,
that part.
You're gone at that point.
You're totally gone.
Like, kids are crying. They just want to get the fuck out of there.
God, it's just like so.
Oof.
To have to make money like that. It's hard.
It would be brutal.
Right?
With Ikea, on the other hand, you've got to put all this together yourself for 19 hours. So they don't give
I think I've walked out.
Shit.
I think I've walked out with stuff before.
Oh, yeah. They don't even ring you up there. They're just like, look, you're going to be miserable anyway, and this shit's cheap as fuck. So congratulations.
There is like an area up in the front where it's like all kind of broken stuff, but it's put together.
Yeah.
But there's like one little leg that's like.
And it's just $8.
It's basically like a chair. And then 4 legs are missing, right? So, you could see what it could be, right? And you're like, at least it's put together, right? At least that part's put together. And so you're like, I'm going to get that one. Like, I've gotten so much crappy Ikea stuff in that one corner in the front because it was put together, right? It's like a dresser and all the drawers have no bottoms. So it's literally just like you pull it out, it goes all the way through down to the other drawers. But it was put together, so I got it. Do you know what I mean? And then I just put saran wrap like underneath the thing so that my clothes wouldn't fall like on top of each other.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was Scandinavian,
My worst Ikea story was, I'm terrible at putting things together, right?
Everyone does.
Yes. At this point, everyone knows.
At this point, everyone knows, and it's fine, and we've moved on.
I put this television set together. What do you call those?
Oh, wait. An entertainment center.
Yeah. I put a full.
You put a TV together?
No.
Dang.
No. I put a full entertainment center together.
The whole boards and everything. I know.
The whole fucking thing. It took me 7 hours, grunting sweat in LA. There was a rolling blackout that day, so the air was off. I'm just sweating. After 7 hours, I finally got this thing. I wanted to watch Sunday Night Football, right? Just bought a brand new television, and I was like, oh, man. This is going to be awesome.
Here we go.
Here we go. Put the TV on top of it, and it just smash right through. Go.
What the fuck did you do?
All 3 layers of it or whatever. The
How
screws,
is that even fucking...
the screw didn't go in
Oh, you have to screw it into the thing.
properly.
You don't just set it on top.
Whatever,
Yeah.
man. And it just, the whole TV went down, and it took everything in, like, and I had leapt off the couch to save the television from breaking.
Did it break or no?
No, the television did not break, but the rest of this set broke, and I was like, fuck this shit.
It didn't break, it just wasn't put together, but yeah.
Yeah. So I put all of the pieces, I smashed it up with a hammer.
Sure.
Put
That's
it
the
all in
only answer.
garbage
That's the only
bags.
next answer, yep.
Garbage bags. Took it back to the Ikea and returned it that way. And I just said, hey, man, shit didn't work and it's broken.
Is there any story where you end up not being an asshole at the end?
I wasn't an asshole, right?
Bro, what are you talking about? You couldn't put the IKEA thing together, so you smashed into a million pieces and brought it back in a bag?
It wasn't because I couldn't put it together. It was because it was too heavy. So the television was too heavy for it. Like, and I had this like Blu-ray player and something else, and like it all just came crashing down, and like speakers and everything else. It was just too heavy for this piece of shit entertainment center.
Oh, okay.
And it just all collapsed.
What was the entertainment center supposed to hold, do you reckon? Just like a stuffed
things to
animal?
entertain, Jessie. Things to entertain. A television, some goddamn speakers, some everything else. Like, I wanted to be entertained, and I wasn't.
You wanted to have a full center for entertainment.
Yes. It said entertainment center.
Right.
This had everything on it. Huge speakers, all of it. Yeah, man. And then go. Like, because the TV was the last part to be put on the top, and it just went through all 3 levels of this thing, and I was like, fuck you guys, dude.
Right.
Fucking Ikea, dude. Took a hammer to it, put it in 2 trash bags, took it back to Ikea. Here's the beauty of this story. When I returned it, and I gave them the receipt, they didn't blink. They were just like, yep, this happens all the time.
Right.
They were like,
right.
Used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the box separately with me, so it was all in 2 trash bags, and then just the box. And I was like, here's the box it is. I couldn't fit all the pieces back in, but, you're welcome. So pissed off. And it was like it was late Sunday, like right before they closed. Didn't bat an eyelash. They were like, no problem, sir. Just gave me my money back, and that was it. Moved on with my life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Fucking Ikea, dude. I hate that place so much.
Rihanna, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know what she said. What did she say?
I don't know.
What did she say on the message board?
Nothing. I'm just saying you're right to her. And, gosh.
What's that, James?
Nothing. Did you get anything else at IKEA ever?
No, that was my last purchase there. I've never gone back.
Your first and last, right?
No, I'd bought some other things from IKEA earlier on. And truthfully, they had lasted a while. Like they weren't terrible.
Yeah.
But that entertainment center was the last straw.
The
for
last
me.
straw.
That was that broke the camel's back on that one.
Right. It broke the entertainment.
You know what I ended up
center's
doing?
back.
I bought because I was single and I didn't give a shit.
Right.
I bought a fucking desk, like a sturdy desk from Office Depot.
Oh, nice.
Just put all my shit on there, and I was just like.
Those were back in the day too, when those were put together. There was a world.
So yes, those were put together. I put that in the back of my truck, and that was it. Yep.
Yeah, like you. I'm prepared for this new world, or I was prepared. Like I had to put stuff together. I had to help my dad put stuff together. Always, right? Back in the day, build stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
So this must be a nightmare for you.
IKEA is my worst nightmare.
No, I'm just saying, like, literally everything. Like, no matter what you buy now, like, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, like, nothing, Target, like, nothing is put together. Not one thing.
Amazon, you can now pay someone to come and do it for you.
Right, but that's an extra. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it is, but there's no choice.
Right.
Like, that's either 19 hours out of my day.
Sure.
Or, like, it's an extra hundo for that guy.
But even for me, being used to that kind of stuff, it's sometimes when I get the box of like the kid's toy or something, I'm like, really, bro?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't have fucking put
at least that
on there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's, even for me, it's shitty. It's a new world.
Every single time.
Of like literally every single thing you buy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't feel bad about it whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all. Last but not least here, Tekashi 6ix9ine's out of jail, which we talked about. And I'm surprised at where they put him, or I guess where he put himself.
Yeah.
So I think it was Thursday at midnight or Friday at midnight. I forget. They dropped his new song, GOOBA, GOOBA. For as much as I dislike him and he's a fucking snitch and all that other shit.
Sure.
It was a banger.
Was it?
It was an absolute banger. And it got 40 million views in 24 hours on YouTube. I don't know what it's up to now. I'm gonna pop on over there. Hey, Alec, look up Tekashi 6ix9ine GOOBA on YouTube. See how many views it has. Anyways, it was at 40 million in the first 24 hours. It is number 1 on iTunes, everything, and it's an absolute banger. How many?
Oh.
It's at 87 million views? 97 million views in 3 days, right? Yeah. 2 days. 2 days. 97 million views in 2 days. Holy shit.
What?
Wow. Anyways, after the video, he posed on his back porch holding what appeared to be $50,000 in cash. And he was like, yeah, I may be a snitch, but I came out and got the fucking bag, right? Asked the judge if he could shoot the entire music video for this song in his backyard. So this video I'm telling you about is a music video. Is 97 million views in 2 days. Jesus Christ. That is
We are desperate
gnarly.
for content.
Yeah, we are. But it was look, we're desperate for a banger of a rap song. Like
That's true.
It's the only banger that's really dropped in the last couple months. And he did it. Anyways, 97 million views, and he asked the judge if he could shoot the video in his backyard because he's on house arrest.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, why did he okay.
For they let him out early, I think I don't know, 5 or 6 months out early because of the coronavirus.
Okay.
So he's on house arrest. They're letting him serve out his time. He asked the judge if he could shoot the music video in his backyard. Mm-hmm. They said yes. So he had a full casting. There's these 2 porn star twins with huge asses who were in the video and all this other shit, and shot the video, posed on his porch, and a neighbor saw him posing on his porch for Instagram, took a photo of him and doxed him and put him up on Twitter and just said...
Yeah, but that was bound to happen. If you're having a casting, I mean, there's people that will know your address, right?
They will. But they weren't told where they were going, allegedly.
Right.
They met at a studio and then whatever. But it ended up being a neighbor who said, hey, man, here's where Tekashi 6ix9ine is living. Here's a photo of him on the balcony at this place. Come fucking get him if you want him, essentially. And I was like, whoa, that is fucking ballsy. And so he's had to move locations now to another house. But the weird thing about it is if you go on his Instagram, because it's on his Instagram, this picture, right? It looks like he's at the beach, and they name where it is, and it's some beach in California, some beach town in California.
Okay.
I hadn't heard of it or been to it, but
what was it?
Clearly he's by the water.
Okay.
And all the houses by the beach, it looks like a kind of a Manhattan-y beach type area.
Okay. Does it say the name of it?
Palos Verdes or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, all of those beaches are pretty property-wise in L.A. or all up and down the coast of California. You're really close to one another. So if Tekashi 6ix9ine is on his fucking porch taking photos,
that's what I'm saying.
You can't go to a beach town and spend out your life and everybody's going to be cool with it.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have been Arizona or the Dakotas or something like that he went to.
Right.
Not a beach town in California. That's crazy to me.
That's what I'm saying is he just hiding in plain sight? Do you know what I mean?
He was.
Because he's not
he
being...
was.
Yeah, he's not being careful at all. It's if it wasn't that neighbor, it would be someone else. He's having casting. Every single person that comes in there is going to know your address, going to know where you live.
Yeah,
is
dude.
going to be able to tell somebody. Or you could cast someone that's trying to kill you. You don't fucking know. You know what
idea.
I mean? So I wonder if he's just not scared.
I would be. If you snitch on a gang and you're the one that goes to jail and then you
I know,
sent
I'm just
all of these people to prison.
He's just so blatant.
It's crazy, but it's so blatant in like such a short amount of time. He's only been out for 3 weeks, I think, a month. Pretty nuts. When I saw that, I was like, hey, man.
Yeah.
And it's on his Instagram. Like, forget the neighbor who doxed him, right? And said this is where he lived.
Yeah.
Anyone who is familiar with that area, if you live in one of those towns, you would look at it and be like, oh, shit.
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
I live there. My parents live there.
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. With the music video, it's like you'd be able to tell, like, you'd be able to tell where it is.
He has like 30 million followers on Instagram, so chances are somebody lives there. You know, that's one out of every 10 in America that's following this guy.
Right.
Somebody,
there's gonna be someone.
Yeah. I was just like, hey, man, here's where you are. I don't know where he goes after this. Like, where does he go?
He'd have to go somewhere crazy, right? Like, he'd have to go somewhere secluded.
It says he's been relocated.
It says he's been relocated, but
Yeah, they're definitely not going to say.
the feds have got to say, hey, man, go to fucking North Dakota or something because we're not going to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Jamie's saying we don't want him. I forgot. We've got the people of North Dakota over there.
Yeah.
Speaking, but that's the odd part about this is like I'm sure I don't know how this works if you're in witness protection program or if you're not, I guess. But the police have to move you. I'm sure there's going to come a point where a judge is going to be like, "Hey, man, we're all done with this. If you get caught again,
he's not on witness protection.
Oh, he's not on witness protection. Okay.
No, that's not how that works. So if you think I wonder if I don't know if he asked for some sort of protection, they would not give that to him. But if you're in a witness protection program, I'm not sure if you're familiar in how it works, but you literally like get an entire new life.
Yes.
A new name, a new house, a new, like, you cannot see anyone, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but in turn for you doing that, you do get taken care of. You do get money. You do get, you know what I mean? Protection. Yeah. It seems to me that he has, in one way or another, opted out of that.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's not really the cop's problem past a certain point. So I think once he's on off house arrest and he's just a citizen, is when he will not be getting any protection. Although I don't really know what he.
We talked about this a long time ago, and I said this: if he ever gets out, he's the type of guy that will not keep a low profile, and he's gonna get fucking popped. Like, this is insane to me. I mean, Jesus Christ. So
I guess he just doesn't care.
I guess not, but he's gonna care. And my over under is probably a year on this of how long somebody's gonna take him out. If it was this easy to find him, the next one's gonna be even easier. And you're right. Who's to say all these people? Because he's gonna keep making music because that's how he's gonna generate income, right? 97 million views off of YouTube pays a lot. If you're shooting music videos to go with all your songs and you're as popular as he is, which he clearly is, he's number one across the board on everything right now. I would think one of these people, you're right, who works for him or a dancer or somebody else who doesn't have any money would be like, hey, man, I'll give you fucking $25K to tell you where this guy is. I was just at his house shooting a music video. Like, what's to stop them from that?
Yeah.
So, over under a year. Somebody on the message board said he's going to move to Wilmington, North Carolina. That'd be really funny.
That would be funny.
But we'll get to some peeps on here. Again, subscribe on YouTube. Hammer that like button. That'll help us up the algorithm on here. Shout out to Reed White, Nico the Greco. Bill Schofield is back.
The Hawk is really in rare form today, and I like it.
Craig Dulesky.
The Delesk.
They've started a private group on Facebook for Ross Patterson Revolution as well. What?
Private?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
And they kind of, it seems like on here when I'm reading that they've somehow like got together. I don't know. Are you guys doing Zoom calls? Are you getting together?
Yeah.
I'm cool with either.
Ruben
Obviously,
Schneider.
no judgment from over here. But I would love to see you guys like all getting together and having fun.
Yeah. So it's awesome, man. And look, we're going to keep doing this throughout the quarantine. I don't know how long it's going to last. You know? I think through the end of May is what this feels like for all of
that's
this.
what they're saying. I think the 22nd.
So, right?
Yeah.
Some states are on the 30th.
Right.
So we'll keep it going through the 30th and then see where to go from there. But we enjoy doing the show every day. We love it. It's a blast to come and work on Monday and do it, man. And I'm glad things are getting back to normal. The sports thing was really positive because, look, I host a sports show, and it'd be great if all of these events come back, even the ones that were pushed, like the Kentucky Derby and the Masters and all that stuff. Like, be a monstrous fall.
Yeah.
A monstrous fall. Might be a sleepy part of this year, but if we can end the year with a bang, the last 6 months of going fourth and long for all this should be a blast. So we'll see. We'll be with you here all the time. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Rate the show on iTunes, kids. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.